How you start your morning, it pretty much sets the tone for your entire day. If you can kick things off with some real momentum, you can carry that energy all the way through. So, in this explainer, we're going to break down a simple but really powerful routine designed to help you win your day before you've even thought about breakfast. All right, let's dive in. Seriously, think about it. For most of us, the very first challenge we face is the sound of that alarm clock. It's that classic moment, right? Do you get up and face the day, or do you hit that super tempting snooze button for just a few more minutes? Believe it or not, that one tiny choice, it really does set the tone for everything that follows. And this quote, wow, it really reframes that whole snooze button thing, doesn't it? It's not just about a little more sleep. The source suggests it's a form of resistance. It's like you're literally starting your day with procrastination, putting off the very life you're supposed to be living. So the big question is, how do we finally break that cycle? Okay, so let's tackle that first battle head on. Before we dive into the full routine, let's talk about a few super simple, actionable things you can do to just get out of bed and stay out. Okay, here are 3 super simple but brilliant tricks. First, put your alarm clock way on the other side of the room. You literally have to get up to turn it off, and that movement creates energy. Second, once you're up, head straight to the bathroom and brush your teeth. It's kind of mindless, right? It gives your brain a chance to catch up while your body's already moving. And third, drink a big glass of water. After sleeping for hours, you're super dehydrated, and that's a huge reason you feel tired. This one simple step wakes up your body and your mind almost instantly. All right, so you've done it. You beat the snooze button. You're up. Now what? Well, this is where we get into the core framework for building a morning that doesn't just start your day, but actually transforms it. And the heart of this whole thing is a really simple, easy-to-remember acronym. SAVERS. This stands for 6 key practices that, when you put them together, create an incredibly powerful start to your day. Think of this as your morning toolkit. So, what do all these letters actually mean? Let's break down each one of the 6 lifesavers and see how they all work together to create a morning that's, well, pretty exceptional. First up, we've got S for silence. I mean, think about it. We live in a world that is just loud. It's always demanding our attention. So starting your day with some intentional quiet, it can be a total game changer. It's all about creating a calm, centered foundation before the chaos of the day begins. So how do you actually do this? Well, it can be as simple as 5 minutes of just focusing on your breathing, or maybe a guided meditation. The goal is just to lower your stress and clear out all that mental clutter. But here's a huge tip from the source. Whatever you do, don't do it in bed. Because let's be real, the temptation to fall back asleep is just way too strong. Okay, so from the quiet, we move into the power of sound. Next up is A for affirmations. You know that little voice in your head? It has a massive influence on your mindset and everything you do. This whole practice is about intentionally programming your brain for success by being really deliberate about what you focus on. And this is a perfect example of what a powerful affirmation looks like. See how it's not some vague, fuzzy thing? It's super specific. It's about action. By saying what you want and committing to it out loud, you're basically telling your subconscious what the plan is, and you start to rewire those limiting beliefs that hold you back. All right, third up is V for visualization. This is all about playing a mental movie of your own success. It's like you take those affirmations you just said and you turn them into a movie in your head, where you're the star and you're actually achieving your goals. And the power here is, well, it's kind of twofold. First, it just feels good. It genuinely lifts your emotions and connects you to that vision you have for yourself. And second, it's an amazing tool for beating things like procrastination. Why? Because you've already seen yourself win. Okay, next up is one that's probably no surprise to anyone, E for exercise. After seeing your success in your mind, this is about taking that first physical step. We all know exercise is good for us, but making it a non-negotiable part of your morning, even if it's just for a few minutes, can have an absolutely incredible impact. And look, morning exercise isn't about training for a marathon first thing. It's really just about getting your heart rate up a bit, flooding your brain with oxygen. This gives you a huge energy boost and way more mental clarity for the rest of the day. A little yoga, a quick walk, a short jog, all fantastic options. Okay, on to the R in SAVERS, which stands for reading. I mean, think about it. Pretty much anything you want to do or be, someone, somewhere, has written a book about how to do it. Reading is the fastest way to learn from experts and tap into a basically limitless supply of knowledge.
And this doesn't have to be some huge time sink. The suggestion is super simple, totally doable. Just commit to reading 10 pages of a good book every single day. That's it. It might not sound like a lot, but just watch what happens when that tiny little habit starts to stack up.
So 10 pages a day, that adds up to 3,650 pages in a year. Suddenly, that tiny daily habit doesn't seem so small anymore, does it? The consistency is where the magic really happens. And what does that actually look like? Well, that's about 18 200-page books a year. 18! Just imagine how much you could grow, how much your life could change by soaking up the wisdom from 18 books every single year.
And that brings us to the final piece of the puzzle, the second S, scribing, which is really just a cooler word for writing or journaling. This is your chance to get all those ideas and thoughts out of your head and onto paper.
So what do you write about? Well, your goals, your plans for the day, maybe a lesson you learned yesterday. The magic here is that the act of writing actually forces you to think more clearly. It gives you this amazing clarity and helps you turn those random thoughts into solid plans. So there you have it. That's the whole SAVERS routine. But before we wrap this up, there is one last really important thing we need to talk about. This isn't about adding more stress to your life. It's about making your morning work for you. You have to remember, this whole framework, it's a bunch of ideas, not a set of strict rules you have to follow perfectly. Maybe you only have 20 minutes one morning. Cool, do a few minutes of each. Maybe one day you focus more on reading, and the next day it's more about journaling. The whole point is to take this toolkit and make it work for your life, for what you need. And that really brings us to the final question, the big takeaway. How would your life actually change? How would your health, your happiness, even your job or your relationships, how would they change if you just won that first hour of every single day? That right there is the whole idea behind the Miracle Morning.